But we're going to begin with this. There is a new fight over abortion access that could become the biggest battle on this issue since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Protests erupted in multiple cities after a federal judge in Texas suspended the FDA approval of a well-known, commonly used abortion pill. Now, that decision affects the entire country. Think about that for just a second. But then another federal judge, this one in Washington state, ruled that the pills cannot be restricted in more than a dozen states. So Nancy Cordes is following all of this at the White House. Nancy, there are a lot of moving parts to this story. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Yes, these are two of the most consequential legal decisions since Roe v. Wade was struck down last year, and the legal whiplash leaves millions of women caught in the middle. This is likely to be settled right back at the Supreme Court. The president is vowing to fight the Texas ruling, and the Department of Justice is seeking a stay.
Hands off the abortion pill!
Protests broke out this weekend over the abortion pill ruling that has the potential to affect not just women in Texas, but women across the country.
This is going to create utter chaos, utter disruption of women's lives.
A conservative federal judge in Texas ruled Friday that the FDA improperly approved the abortion pill Mifepristone 23 years ago, ignoring legitimate safety concerns about the drug.
The order yesterday was all about righting a wrong.
Mifepristone is one of two approved pills that are used together to carry out more than half of legal abortions in this country. The FDA insists the drug is safe and that serious complications are rare.
This ruling is an extreme abuse of power.
Some lawmakers urged the Biden administration to resist enforcing the ruling.
We know that the executive branch has an enforcement discretion, especially in light of a contradicting ruling coming out of Washington.
Shortly after the Texas ruling, a Washington state judge blocked any changes to Mifepristone's availability in 17 states and the District of Columbia, as administration officials warned that the legal battle in Texas could have far-reaching implications.
When you turn upside down the entire FDA approval process, you're not talking about just Mifepristone. You're talking about every kind of drug.
Cases like this one ensure that abortion will remain a top issue in next year's elections. It helped to propel liberal Judge Janet Protasewicz to an 11-point win in a high-profile state Supreme Court race in Wisconsin just last week, sparking some debate among Republicans about exactly how far to go.
We can win this issue at the ballot box if we show up with reasonable positions. If we have our head in the sand, we're going to lose.
For now, many prescribers say they're going to continue to dispense Mifepristone, and patients in states where abortion is restricted can continue to order the medication from abroad. Even if the FDA is forced to withdraw approval of Mifepristone, it is likely the drug would still be available for months or even years as the agency works to redo the regulations. So a very confusing situation right now, Tony.
Yeah, and the fight will continue. Nancy, thank you very much.